I often, when I make definitive statements about the game, make them due to experience and watching trends that have happened towards the years and have happened constantly throughout my many years of playing this very repetitive and predictable game. So, my theory is that it's almost never worth to camp top except in certain situations very specific, but as a general trend, of course, it's better just to ignore that lane and path towards bottom lane. So this is a game where I will try to explain to you jungle matchups the best way I can for you to understand the typical mindset of many players that have it in jungle without them understanding some core fundamentals. When it comes to pathing towards top lane, the worst mistake you can make is just full clearing towards top. The thing this guy is trying to do here. First of all, you are Graves versus Elise. You know Elise will always try a level 3 gank. And when you are starting with a mindset of full clearing, you have already given her a gank opportunity by just ignoring a potential counter gank. So now we know that Elise will first blood top, while you as a jungler will just be stuck in this particular place, which puts you far from bottom lane. We have already traded kills and summoners there, and top lane you're still far because Elise has already killed top. So when you're a jungler like Graves is here, he will be forced to do a full clear to get level 4 and has already forsaken early game. So in just like in chess, there are certain moves you can do to outplay the opponent, but there are always some openings that will put you on a natural disadvantage. If you were to start top lane as Graves, from this point you would have a red buff, you'd have a potential counter gank top after clearing 3 camps, or you could just run towards bottom and get another kill on Twitch. So when you have this opportunity, when you start bot, you just have to full clear towards top. And another factor to take into mind is experience and impact support AD have and top lane has. What I mean by this is that top laners already have inbuilt tanky stats, and also due to natural solo lane experience have more strength than other laners, even mids to an extent, because they are always on lane and very rarely joining fights. So due to that, beefy champs can play weak side really well since they will be relevant even if they are 0-5 to an extent. So due to this opening, Elise has, sure, she has gotten first blood, but it's still better than Graves, who is full clearing. It's still a bad pathing, but it's a better pathing than his. So what will happen by the end of this game? I don't care about this, I care about the end result. The end result is that even though she got first blood, Ornn doesn't exist, Mordekaiser is 1v9, and bottom lane was weakened and we almost lost. That's one game. Now we go into another game and see what happens when I'm put on jungle and I understand this, and I'm playing against a jungler that doesn't understand the importance of ganking level 3 bottom lane. If I remember correctly, this jungler started top, but he wanted to full clear as well. So I'm Maokai. I've been really loving Maokai after the buffs. It's one of my champions that I've played 10 years ago. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I naturally start by getting blue and getting free camps, and then I watch if I can gank bot, gank mid, or full clear, and sometimes I do consider level 2 ganks, but very rarely on top. Needless to say, this is another jungler that started bot and does the same thing. He takes the free camps, and now he's in a situation where he basically, oh my, I didn't even see this. this is a surprise. He messed up his clear. So look what happened. If you were to take these free camps, he would have an opening on bot lane, since he knows summoner spells were exchanged, and I'm in the situation where I'm thinking, well, Vlad has Ghost Flash, uh, Vex can just ult, but I know bot lane characters are really weak and they are very easy to exploit with ganks. So he just full clears to our stop. I path towards bot, and let's see what happens. I'm sorry, I haven't used replay in a while, and I'm very poor at using it quite well. So now what I am doing is just I'm trying to look for a gank bot. That's all I'm trying to do here. I even ignored the scuttle because a gank opportunity for Kog'Maw is much more important than my scuttle right now, since scuttle doesn't give a full level anymore. So we just make a kill. Easy as that. What is Kha'Zix supposed to do here? Look, he's trying to counter jungle me because he saw me bot. He's trying to look for a gank top. He is very limited in his choices just by starting bot. He can't really do anything. While I'm just staying here, trying to use my CC. He's hoping Garen will get baited, but as long as Garen doesn't get baited, he should survive. Garen almost kills them 1v2, I get a kill. This happens almost every single game. Almost every single time. I'm even standing on a ward. It's that impactful. Because look at the wave state. They cannot farm. You can say that they died to a warded gank, but what can they actually do? Not much. And Kog'Maw is now 3-0 minute 5. The game even gets worse at one point, because I even stay further on that warded bush just so Vayne understands the situation. So that's just something very toxic junglers can do, and other junglers cannot counter it, even if they try. Because this might happen. Sure, I die. But Kog'Maw is already ahead. He's ahead in stats, he's ahead in items, and he will just do work. Even mid lane decided to join here. And again, this always happens. Always, always. You can say Vex was unlucky by using ult, but sure, a lot of things can happen in a game. And a lot of things may differ, but it's always good to watch trends. And now let's see another replay, the final one. The final one is me again on jungle, playing against the Graves from the first game. And lucky for him, he even had a good game. But again, let's see what happens. Always watch trends. Always see what happens. Again, same pathing. It's actually a bug. I took the Gromp, as you can see. I have 12 CS and level 3. It's a visual bug if you check it on the map. I already know Lux Blue Flash on early exchanges because bot lanes always contest pressure level 1, level 2. Graves is doing the same pathing again and again and again. He's trying to get that gank. He's actually not even trying to do that gank. This is actually the most frustrating part. The reason most junglers start bot is because they want a good leash. It's so ridiculous. That leash almost does nothing but put them behind in the way I describe it to you right now. So I don't want to flash, but I do anyway. We get a kill, first blood twitch, and now Graves is stuck in the same situation he was the game I played with him as his support. But luckily for him, he actually gets a gank and he even stops his full clear. He gets the kill. Aatrox gets the kill. And now Graves will eventually kill Aatrox. There you go, he's level 4. It's a huge level, but I don't care because I know both lanes are weak. We waste his flash, more pressure. Knowing they are weak, we just have to exploit them. And he even gets a good gank mid. So now you'd say he is rewarded for his pathing towards top. But still, even with this lead, well, let's see what happens. I think both bot lanes die here if I'm not mistaken. He gets a huge lead, that's the point. But again, camping top means nothing. A top laner that can't 1v1 can definitely not 1v2, and for sure he will not 1v9. My top laner kills 1v2. And he almost killed Graves as well. He played it poorly. He should have hidden before behind his minion. Most players forget that Graves cannot shoot through other objects, through towers, through minions, through jungle monsters, and so on. So at this point, Aatrox is still in the game, and Graves is really ahead. He's level 6, right? I'm level 4. But again, I'm not worried. I'm only concerned about bot lane and what will happen here. He gets again another kill. Crazy for him, right? Sorry again about the replay. I back away. But again, I'm only concerned about bot. And sometimes mid, but mostly bot. I understand he has to back here, so I just do a dragon. So now, knowing that I have a dragon, unless in this game state, somehow my bot lane ends in a very bad manner, and that means they will go Gale Force Collector, I should just win through scaling, through stalling, through items. This is actually really huge. This is the importance of having a dragon, by the way. It just provides you scaling. It doesn't provide you the actual stats that most people look for. It just provides you scaling. It allows you to stall because, of course, as long as the team doesn't have dragon, you can always stall Sol, you can always win, and sometimes you can win against Sol, but not very often. So again, if you guys didn't catch it, Aatrox in the meantime is 5-2. So Graves is ahead, but Graves is a jungler. Jungle champs are not stronger than top lane champs, with some exceptions. Those exceptions being like Bel'Veth, Master Yi, maybe Evelynn in certain spots. Nidalee, if she's really ahead, but even that, she usually doesn't carry. And at this point, with mid and top, quote unquote, being provided pressure by Graves, will do nothing. My top laner is still 1v9 because he's a better player and he's not affected by ganks. My mid laner is still a mid champion with spells and combos that will still have some pressure, but my bot lane, who needs both items and levels to scale, have now transitioned safely towards the mid game. This is the importance of ganking bot. This is the importance of not having two people dependent on items and scaling being put behind by your pathing. And of course, naturally, by the end of the game, Twitch will be really ahead. Lucian has also troll build with pro play build. Don't do this shit. If you build this shit, you're retarded. I'm sorry to say it. And of course, Aatrox is now killing them in their base. I mean, actually killing them in their base. Again, this would have happened regardless of Graze's pressure. But however, there was a shot Lucian would carry. Just don't gank top. Path towards bot. Don't weak side bot lane. It's pointless to do it. You just lose. Don't full clear towards top. It's pointless. Bye.